Most disturbing encounters in the woods. Number 6. Tenting in the woodland. A young man called Noah decided to go truck camping in the Sun River, Oregon, forests in April 2020. He was driving down the road when he felt he had located a suitable location and drove far into the forest with his vehicle. The first night he was there, he was awakened by noises outside. As he continued listening, he realized they were footprints, and from the pattern assumed it was a person. He grabs his nearby GoPro and started filming my truck. Right now, you can hear that it's pretty loud. He's been walking around for like 20 minutes, already freaked out right now, and it's like pitch black outside. And like, this doesn't make any sense, because I parked somewhere where you couldn't see. No one was on that road, which he's touching my truck. How am I supposed to get away? He's literally knocking on my truck, the canopy, the back doors. I don't think he knows if there's anyone in here. I'm so scared right now. He's literally peeking through the door. Right now, whoever was out there knocks on the trunk and tries the door handles, all while Noah sits inside, forced to just listen to it happen. Fortunately, he had his doors locked, so no one could get inside. After multiple minutes, footsteps are finally heard leaving. When it got light outside, Noah drove back to the road and back home later that morning. He found handprints all over his trunk, specifically on his back window from someone trying to see inside, and a lot on his door handles from someone trying to get inside. Handprints. There are a lot of scratches, stuff like that. Dragging his finger on my side of my truck. Looks like to be trying to get inside my truck. That's really all I could tell from when he was walking around. More handprints trying to get in my truck. At least the back canopy was locked. But yeah, that was the result. So for someone to even have been out there in the first place, and that time of night, is extremely odd. And it couldn't have been a police officer or anything, because no one identified themselves. The person didn't even have a light, and this was in the middle of a pitch black forest. No one ever posted an update on the situation, suggesting that he never found out it was outside his truck that night. Number 5. A young cougar. While jogging early in the morning on a route in Provo, Utah, Kyle Burgess thought he noticed a baby bobcat ahead of him. He quickly pulled down his phone and began recording, but it turned out to be a juvenile cougar. The mother cougar is then shown in the video approaching you. "Oh God, get the hell away. Please leave. Oh, nice and slow. Come on." At least he's in a standoff with the cougar as he slowly backs away, trying to scare it off with loud noises. But the cougar follows him, and occasionally even lunges at him. At one point, Kyle backs up, turning his head away from the animal to avoid tripping over it. This provokes the cougar to try to attack, approaching him within a few feet. "Go away, okay, dude. You're looking away from me, dude. Go away, okay." My 6-minute counter session comes to an end when Kyle hurls a big rock, frightening the fleeing animals. Hikers should always be aware that bear encounters are extremely dangerous and may sometimes end in far worse situations. If Kyle had attempted to flee or had failed to appear and sound threatening, the bear would have been more likely to attack. Number 4. Strange noises. A few neighbors in a northern Oregon neighborhood reported hearing unusual sounds coming from the forest in February 2013. The sounds were characterized as loud, resembling eerie laughter, and they were heard throughout the surrounding area. When a resident heard the noises, they rushed outside to the area where they appeared to be coming from and began recording. It's unclear what exactly was producing the noise that night. Some foreigners believe it was generated by coyotes or foxes, but others don't think so, claiming coyotes, for example, have a lot more canine-like cries and aren't nearly as loud. Number 3. The footprints. Issa is a girl who runs a YouTube channel where she shares videos of herself traveling across North America in a van and documenting her experiences. The videos typically have more of a vlog style, showing the various forests, overnight stops, and travel routes. But in February 2022, something different was uploaded. Lisa was asleep in her van when she heard someone knocking next to her ear at 4:30 in the morning. She sat there, frozen, not knowing what to do. The knocking continued, and this time she answered with a confused hello. But no one responded, and for the next 15 minutes, there was silence. Eventually, she heard footsteps returning, so she grabbed her camera to record the sound of someone returning. "Hello, how can I help you? It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't feel safe. Who are you?" There was no response. She quietly got up and went to the front of her van to look outside. In the distance, there were headlights. The car backs away, and so she turns the camera to herself and begins explaining what just happened. A few minutes into this, and she hears footsteps again. "I hear footprint. Hear that? Yeah, somebody was just here again. 3 times now. The third time I looked out, they were walking on foot. I'd seen them walking. And they hid behind the tree there. And then they went to a car, the same car that was here earlier. Well, that was back. And then it backed away and left again 3 times in one night. This time they didn't knock though. They were just walking around. I could hear them walking around the van. When they got online outside later that morning, she got out of her van and found footprints all around it. So I come up this morning and you can see footprints. Look at this one. This is mine. I'll show you. There's mine. See, they were actually here. Some more. Look at that. They came here. They were standing here. As you can see, a lot of viewers believe the man was simply trying to steal valuables from the van. But why then come back 2 more times after you heard someone talking from inside? It's likely the man had worse intentions. Number 2. Bear. This video was captured by a mountain biker in Vancouver, Canada. He used his phone's camera to capture the action as he rode down a portion of the mountain. Just as he passed the camera and started to brake, he suddenly started to shout. He then reappeared in the frame, walking his bike back up the mountain. As he did so, he kept looking behind him, where he saw a bear that was now following him. Hey, the child uses his bike to make himself appear bigger. He hits it on the ground a few times, which makes the bear backtrack and knock it over. The bear then stands over the camera for a while longer before finally retreating entirely, enabling the child to get his phone back and return to safety. Number 1. Spooky sound. On September 6, 2016, a Reddit post was made that linked to a video purporting to show an unexplained noise coming from the woods. The post included text that said, "Reading the kids to bed tonight and heard this bizarre sound coming from the woods outside my house." It lasted about 15 to 20 minutes. Although there were a few neighbors nearby, the noise was too loud to be coming from them. It appears to be coming from the direction of a nearby AM radio tower, but can those towers make noises like this? I searched online but couldn't find anything similar. After seeing the video, commenters began to speculate as to what the sound could have been. One person suggested that it might have been the sound of high winds passing through a nearby cell tower, with the metal on metal creating the eerie tone. Another person said that the sound was quite similar to what one might hear when drilling into a high carbon steel strut or support, but they thought it would be strange to be doing this in the lane to the overnight stay. The exact sound in the video is still unknown. Did you like it? Tell us what you think of the video in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting videos.